Hello everybody, my name is Erivaldo. We are here today to give a demonstration about the digitizing countertop. So we have two different equipments. For digital templates, we have the e-template equipment and we have a LT55, which we've been using the e-template for about a month to 2 months, and we've been using the LT55, which is the old version of it. It's not the 3D version. We've been using that for 4.5 years. So now we're gonna start by digitizing this countertop, which is a nice shape, has a nice half moon shape on one corner. And to do that, we're gonna start timing so we're gonna use a timer, and we're gonna start right now. So here's my tripod. We're starting with the e-template. We're going to set up the tripod somewhere we can get a better view of the whole project. To gain some time, we're going to get the laptop, which we're going to be working on the software. I'm going to place it right here, somewhere that won't be on my way. Here's the laser head, which we're going to set it up. We've got approximately level the laser head so it can help us improving on the self-leveling of the equipment. That will save us some time. So while it's doing the self-leveling, we're going to plug it to the laptop. So while it does the self-leveling, I'm going to open up the 3D software. Which will connect the laser to the software. So once my green light goes on, I will connect it. And we are not doing it with the Wi-Fi. For now, we're just going to use the wire, just by hardwiring that, just to make it a little faster for us right now. Once that goes on, we're going to turn the laser on. We're still doing the self-leveling. As you can see, the head moves itself until we find the level point. And once I have that green line, it means that it's level. It's ready for me to come over here and connect it. So it's connected. I can see on the viewfinder camera that we can see it right there. So now I'm opening up the template software. Okay, so here is the software, which will be working on the Pro version of it. The Pro version gives us a full CAD software, which I went down to North Carolina to learn software, some applications, some of those tools. Though the software is a little complex in order for you to finalize your projects. So now I'm gonna open up my toolbar, which we need to initialize the laser. So we're gonna digitize this countertop. So I'm gonna pick the fastest way to do it. We have the countertop mold, which in this case, I could trick the software by creating a line, which is not the case. It's not gonna speed this up any faster than what it could be by connecting lines. So I'm gonna start for now with 2-point lines. So when I come over here, I can see my laser on the wall. So I'm going to start off this edge here. Approximately, we're going to start by using some of these tools. Since I can't shoot the laser here, I'm going to use this little tool right here, just to catch the points that we need for that. So we're gonna come over here. So that's one point. So now we're gonna go to the next one. So that, as you can see, it starts drawing on the computer. So it creates a line. So we're gonna continue doing this until we digitize the whole shape of the countertop. So for that wall, I'm just gonna get a straight line. This is just a demonstration, but you could get many points to describe the wall as much as it needs. But for now, we're just gonna do that. So now we're gonna do the same thing here, just to collect the point that we need. So once again, if it doesn't work like that, you can put it sideways and then collect points. So right there. Sure you're gonna shoot laser in the right spot. Now we're gonna switch the lines. If you ever have a hard time to move the laser, you can use that, the handheld, just to speed it up. So now we can come over here and get this line with the same tools. Now over here, I can look approximately and see that it comes approximately straight to this point somewhere. So I'm gonna get a straight line over here as well. Now we have this arc and we have that radius corner, which we don't know what kind of radius that is. So I'm gonna switch on my toolbar. I'm gonna digitize it as a arc. So I can come over here and get 3 points or more, as much as we need to find what that radius is. So for now, by doing a 3-point arc, it should find us what that radius is. As you can see, it draws on the computer, even though we're not using the countertop mode, but it is drawing what we need. So if you ever can't get this to stay in place, you can always use a piece of tape or something to hold it for you, or you can have someone holding those pieces for you as well. But right there, they should be fine. We're gonna do the same procedure. We're gonna digitize a 3 points arc just to find us what that radius is. So you can also use the handheld to move the laser while you hold this, just to prevent it to not fall. So we have the radius. We can see that on the screen. It's building that nice shape. So now it comes where we have to apply the software to connect all those points together. So I'm gonna minimize my toolbar window. And we're gonna trim all the lines that we need. So we're just gonna connect this line to this one, and so on each corner as we need to fill it, all those corners. So we have that shape. Now we're still gonna have to work on the software and connect all these points together. So we're gonna come over here. This will measure everything that we need. This could measure the angle. So as we can see the software, we kind of have to find a way to connect all of this. So if some of these tools does not apply to what that is, you have to find the software once you get used to it and then do it. So if this is not doing any of that, we're gonna have to use a different way to do it. Okay, so this is one of the countertops that we trying to do. I can fix that radius once I work on the software, but for now we're just gonna connect these 2 points. This is the wrong line, so I'm gonna just undo that. I wanna connect these lines together. Okay, so if you ever do something wrong that you don't know what you're doing, you can always undo it. So alright, so we have that shape built. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna come over here, we're gonna save this file, or we're gonna import that DXF, which I need to work on my other CAD software to do the programming for the machines. So we're gonna save this in a flash drive, somewhere that will be easier for us to find it and transfer to another computer. So we're gonna go here, File, we're gonna export a DXF. We also need to export the PDF file so we can print it out. So we're gonna select all displayed in here. We're gonna accept that. Then we're gonna find my removable disk here, and we can just put a job name. I'm just gonna call it for now desk PDF. Saved. Now the same way we're gonna export the DXF. As you can see, for you to work on a laptop at a job site and get all of this done is a little bit complex, but you need to get this done on the field, or you have a big margin of error when it will back you off by adding in this and not being on site and see what's going on. So here we're gonna save the DXF. So we're gonna call it desk DXF. So it's saved. And just for my record, I will just save it on my hard drive, just in case if something happens to my flash drive, it will be there. I create a file on my desktop, which I will just call this desk, and that goes the DXF and the PDF at the same time. So this is how it works. Now that I don't need my software open anymore, I'm just gonna close it out. Okay, so this is, so we don't need any of this anymore. I'm gonna put this away. And before I do that, I want to come over here and see how our time is going on this. So we took 15 minutes and 23 seconds, and I'm stopping it right there. So 15 minutes, 24 seconds, that's the time that we took to do the template for this desk with that nice shape with the eTemplate software. Now, since we're just doing a demonstration, we're gonna make a comparison on this to equipment. So now I'm gonna put this away and I wanna set up the LT55 the same way as we did this. So I'm gonna just take this apart. I'm not gonna fix anything for now, just to gain some time. So this is how the software and this equipment works. And I don't want to finish all of that drawing by fixing all those corners, because it will take me even longer. So I'm just going to put this away. And now I'm going to time. We're going to reset this. And my time for the LT55 software will start from now, including setting up my equipment. That's what we're going to do. Again, this is the old version of the LT55. It's not the 3D. That's my tripod. I don't need the laptop. I can put it away. I'm just going to use the tablet. So that's the laser head. Same procedure, we're going to hardwire that to my tablet. And I didn't turn it on yet, so I'm gonna wait for it to turn on. I don't need to do the self-leveling on this equipment. Approximately, we're just gonna eyeball this little bubble on the laser. The more you can get it level, it will be easier for you when you crank the tripod up and down, which you don't have to do so many times. So I'm going to open up my software. I'm going to turn on my laser head. Just like the eTemplate, we're going to use a couple tools that will help us to catch those laser points. So this is one of the tools that we're going to use to catch the points on the curvatures or on the straight edge where you can't shoot the laser. For now, I'm just going to use one. But if you come over here, you can set a bunch of them along this edge, and so you don't have to keep going back and forth. For now, I don't have my other tools in hand, so we're just gonna use this one for now. So now, my computer's on. I'm gonna connect it to the laser. So my laser is already there. So since this level on this desk is a little lower, all I have to do is lower the tripod before you start taking your measurements. You can move the laser head as many times as you want before you start shooting the laser. So my laser points are right there. So we're gonna start digitizing this. So that's, I'm gonna take a couple points here just in case if the wall is a little crooked. So now I'm gonna come over here. I can whether use this tool. I'm gonna start off this one here. and just make sure you don't trip on the tripod, or you're gonna have to start over. But you can also shoot a cross on the wall. If you ever keep the tripod, you go back there and you reposition your laser so you don't have to lose everything that you already digitized. So here, that's how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna switch it to arc, and I'll keep on the same tool here, just getting this here. And if you want to speed it even faster than this, you can just lower the tripod and shoot with a little piece of tape to avoid all the reflections on this. And as you shoot the laser, it will digitize and draw the same shape of that for you, just like the template. Since I don't want to keep shooting on this because it will start going an angle, I'm going to go back to the height of that. And I'll come over here. So I'm switching to lines again because I don't need arch over there. You can also use one of these tools just to make it faster. So if you have more than one, you put two and you get a line right there. So that's one. And I'm gonna do this one too. Same spot, we're gonna shoot another arch because I don't know what this radius is. So we're just gonna catch a few points here. Since I don't know if that's a true radius, I'll take more than 3 points because this will follow exactly what that is. Just gonna come over here and do the same thing. And get a point over here as well. And that should be the last point that we need to take. So now if you look at my screen on the tablet here, you're gonna see that nothing is connected yet, but it's so simple. You just come over here, do all the corners, and you can either change the colors a little quicker just to make it easier to understand what's gonna get a finished edge. I can add my dimensions here and have just to give them the dimensions. So that's, we're gonna save it, and that's already saving as a default. We have a SD card that it's going straight to there. So it says that the job is successfully saved, and now we're gonna turn this off. We're gonna turn everything off because we don't need it anymore. So this is how we can do that on the LT55 software, but we need to check the time and see which is more convenient for me. So I did with 7 minutes 24 seconds. I'm stopping right there, as you can see. So we did with half of the time that we did without equipment. So now, not only that, we have to take whether the flash drive from the eTemplate or the SD card from LT55. Then we need to print out the drawings. I need to create a shop drawing or something to put to fabricate in our shop. And that we're gonna do now, and we'll show which for me, as far, this is the major problem as I could find, is the look of the drawing. It does not look professional as the LT55 does. It gives basically a basic look of a DXF. Any CAD software, you can do that kind of drawing, even though you got great tools on the software, but the drawing does not look that good. So I will show you in another video the drawing for the LT55 and the drawing for the eTemplate software. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so now the second step, as I mentioned on the last step, we're gonna have to finalize our shop drawings so we can save a DXF file ready for production. Since we start with the eTemplate, we're gonna start from there again. We're gonna have to take the laptop, so I have it saved on my flash drive, so I can open it up. Just have to find where I saved it. Here's my PDF file. So this is how it will look like.
Thank you.
So I can just send it to my printer. Now I have to come over here and save the DXF, which I will just save it anywhere I can get it. But just remind that this is not completely done, because I still have to add all my measurements to that, which will take a little longer than what we took just to add those measurements to each corner of this. The Carrot Top tool will be a great tool to do, not in this case because it won't digitize this curve. It will come up with all the measurements, all the colors as a finished edge as you default on the software. But in this case, you'd have to input those measurements on the software, basically from corner to corner. So we are done with this one. Now we're gonna do the LT55 drawing and see how it will look like. So I just need to find where to save it. So it's right here. Comes up in the same file. I don't need to save it twice, a DXF file and the PDF, because everything will be under the same file. So this is my shop sheet, which has all the dimensions just like we finalized the drawing on site. So you don't have to worry about getting back to the office and input all your measurements to that. And same way, the DXF file, you can clearly see all the colors in there. We're just gonna save that in somewhere we can work on it later on for the programming. So that's all done, and in just in a second I'm just gonna get from the printer both drawings. So now we're gonna compare. This is my eTemplate drawing, which does not look professional to me, comparing to what we just finished doing on the LT55 software. Once again, this is not the 3D version of it. So with the 3D version, we can do way more than that. And this is it. Thanks, everyone.